What's up, everybody? My name is Megan. I'm here with a eyeshadow slash makeup tutorial for you guys. So, first things first is I'm sorry about the music. I like to jam out while I do this type of stuff. I don't own any copyrights to the music. It's just Apple Music hooked up to the TV. So, we're gonna move on. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some primer. We're gonna put it on our face and prime our face. You always want to start off with some primer, no matter what. So, we're just gonna get some, rub it in. Okay, so I'm just gonna let that dry out a little bit, and I'm gonna try and find my concealer. So let's see. So we're gonna get our concealer. This is the concealer that I use. I got it from Walmart. You don't have to get anything expensive or anything like that. Cheap stuff would work too. So we're just gonna give this a few twists. And I do things differently because I know you can't really tell, but I have well, yeah, you can tell. I have dark eyes, like bags for days. So I'm gonna put a fair amount on my eyelid. And I'm just gonna start with my eyelid for right now because I'm gonna do my eyeshadow first. And I do put like I said, I do put a fair amount on there just for the fact that I have really bad bags. So, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna blend this in. And the reason why I put concealer, well, there's a few different reasons why I put concealer on my eyelids. One is because I have bags, of course. And another reason why is because the eyeshadow I use is very pigmented, so it'll stain your eye. So they always recommend that you do eye primer and concealer and stuff like that. I do both, but I don't have any eye primer, so I just use regular primer and it works just as fine. So I'm going to be using the James Charles palette. It's the only palette I have currently, but it works because it's got all the colors. So. Alright. Next, I'm going to get a brush that kind of resembles like this. So just kind of get a brush that you think would work, because what we're going to do is we're going to start with our crease first, and then we're going to move on to everything else. So, because I'm wearing a bunch of red today, I'm going to do like black and red for my look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, I started off with dark color. So I'm going to grab this dark red right here. Just put some on there. And then, like I said, we're going to start with our crease first. So, just kind of dab it right there. And you can use, like, tape and put it right here on the corner. Or you can use something like this. That way you do get that sharp angle. So, it'll work. I usually use tape, but I don't currently know where my tape is at the moment. So, I'm just going to use that angled edge for right now. And you don't even have to use the angled edge if you don't want to, because you can fix it with concealer toward the end. I just like to do it like this. So again, kind of have it at an angle. If you put tape, that's fine, but let's see. So you're going to want to put the tape where your sharp edge, kind of like right there, following your lash line up toward your eyebrow. Just put a little bit right there. See? And that's fine. We're going to move on to the next step. Or we're going to finish the crease. Okay, and that looks fine. Cut down the music just a little bit. Okay. Next step we're gonna do is we're gonna grab a blender brush. I'm gonna grab this one right here, and I'm gonna get the light red that's on this palette, which will be, you could either get this one or this one, but I'm gonna use this one for right now. I'm gonna get the other one here in a minute. So we're just gonna get a little bit on there, tap the excess off, and of course you can put it in the eyeshadow and tap. It will get the excess powder off. So what we're gonna do is right above where we made that color, we're gonna start like right above it. We're gonna start blending it with that red. Do it very, very lightly. You don't have to like press down hard like that. You can just press barely and it'll work. Okay, and there's one eye. Now we're gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Just barely blending it. Okay, there we go. Now, I'm going to get, I have different style blender brushes. So I have a small tight one like this, and I have a big frayed one like this. So I'm going to grab this big frayed one. You don't have to necessarily have one. You can use the same brush if you want to. Just kind of rub it off. Just make sure you don't have the other color that you had. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab that other red right here. Give me a second. Alright. I've got some on there. It kind of looks like an orange, but that's fine. That's kind of what we want. So what we're gonna do is right above where we made that red, we're gonna blend. And in the corner right here, you can do the colors on top of each other because it's not really gonna affect it. But what you want is definitely make sure you put the color above right here. Okay. Now the other side. Alright, there we go. We got the 3 colors. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is I put black on my lid, just for the fact that it's just kind of easier. That way you don't have to put eyeliner or anything like that, and also because I really like black. Majority of my clothes are black, so I just think that black makes it look better. But what we're gonna do is, I have to find it. And excuse me for taking such a while. I have to sit on my bed to do makeup, and all my stuff's in a bag, so it takes me a minute to find things. So just bear with me. So what we're gonna do is I have a flat brush like this, flattest you can find, and we're gonna get black. Of course, you know what black looks like, so I'm not gonna show you on the eyeshadow palette, but we're gonna grab black, and I'm gonna put it on my lid. So like right here where there's nothing, that's where I'm putting it. Okay. And I kind of go all the way up to my crease, just for the fact that I have hooded eyes really bad. You're not going to be able to see. So like, it'll blend in. Because you can always, which I'm going to do the same, I'm going to take that brush that I used with the dark red that I first started off with, and I'm going to kind of blend it in with that color. So, let's see. And also, excuse the music playing in the background. I know I've already said that, but I don't have a certain playlist. It's just kind of playing all of my songs. So. Okay, we got the black on there. Now I'm just going to do the other side. Okay. I'm gonna just touch it up a little bit. Alright, there we go. I've got the black on there. So like I said, I'm gonna grab that same brush that I used for the dark red. Okay, and then I'm just gonna blend the black in. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to curl my lashes because I'm done with the main part of my eyeshadow. So I'm gonna grab my eyelash curler, curl my lashes, and you can actually skip this step if you want to. If you don't know how, if you don't have an eyelash curler, that's perfectly fine. Just skip that step. But the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab some mascara. You can use any kind of mascara you want to. I got this from Dollar General, so it works. But what I have noticed that it runs out quicker and dries out faster than typical, like, expensive mascara. But it still works. Okay. So we're just gonna put mascara on our top lid only for right now. And this is gonna help the eyelashes. When we put eyelashes on, it's gonna have something to sit on so you can be able to wear them for a long period of time. Okay, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our lash glue. And I absolutely love Kiss's lash glue. To me, it seems like the better lash glue because I bought this from Sally's, and it's like a lash glue pen. It doesn't work. So I recommend always to use this type. And I have the black one as well by Duo. Duo is good too, but Kiss, it seems to be better. So, Duo is this black. You put it on, it's lash glue, and it kind of looks like a eyeliner, but I absolutely do not like it. It just doesn't seem like it holds better. It doesn't seem like it holds as good as Kiss. So, and I do things typically different. Most people like to put their lash glue on the lashes, but how I'm going to do it is I'm going to put my lash glue on my lid. So, just bear with me. I promise you, if you give it a try, you'll be doing this more often. So, we're literally gonna put it on like it's eyeliner. Oh no, I messed up. It's okay. Don't do what I did right there. I messed it up. Don't do that. Just put a small thin line close to your lashes. and it'll be fine. And I did go ahead and put glass glue on both sides because by the time I get my lashes ready, this side will already be dry. So okay, so you see the difference between that one and that one. You definitely don't want to do what I did with that one. I accidentally messed that one up. So this one's still kind of white, so we're just gonna let it dry off a little bit. And I've got my lashes ready right here, so we can just take something and kind of fan it, because what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna wait till the majority of it is clear instead of white, because that's how you know it's ready. But I kind of messed up on this one eye, so I have to let it dry just a little bit longer. I think it should be fine because the majority of it is dried. But what I'm gonna do is place it in the middle. Okay, and I put the outside down first, and I pinch as close as I possibly can. And this just gives you a better handling on it if you put it on your eyelid, because you can do one side at a time. To me, if I was to put it on my eyelashes, it seems like it's very difficult, because if you don't get the placement right the first time, you have to like pull it all up, and I just don't like it. So being able to put it on your eyelid, you can control what side you do first and everything, and you see it's on there. So we're gonna grab our other one, because our other one is already ready to go. Okay, and also make sure there isn't any like leftover glue from the previous time, because if there is, it kind of seems like it doesn't hold as good. So just make sure you kind of peel off the old glue before you put it down. So again, we're gonna set it in the middle. We're not gonna set it all the way down, just in the middle. We're gonna start with this side, pinch it, and now this side is not down, but we're about to put this down. And pinch, and there we go. They're both down, both good. I don't have to do anything else or anything like that. Now, I mean, I will kind of like do that because it seems like one side's, I always mess up, one side's a little lower than the other, but I think actually this is pretty even. So the next thing we're gonna do is actually, let me choose a different song. Alright, next thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab my concealer and put it underneath my eyes and maybe like a few other places. So put the concealer where you absolutely want something covered up, because we're about to be doing our foundation. So I'm gonna cover up my bags. Alright, there's a spot right there. Put it right here. That looks good. So before I put my foundation on, I'm gonna head and just like blend this in just a little bit. And I know a lot of people put concealer on afterwards because it like brightens up the face, but because I put so much, you can see it. So I put foundation on afterwards. So just continue blending this as best as you can get. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna grab my concealer. I use the Revlon Colorstay Color 135 Vanilla. It's the normal dry skin. I got it from Walmart. So again, you don't have to use anything expensive from like Ulta, Sephora, or anything like that, but I will tell you that I have noticed that those are better quality because of course they are more expensive, but these still work. Because I don't know about you, but I can't afford that. The majority of the makeup I have, I probably had for over a year, and that's not good. You're supposed to like replace it after so long, but of course. So we're just gonna blend this in. And you totally take your time with this because you don't want it blotchy. But and you want to make sure you blend it down here because you don't want the line of foundation in it not be blended. So just make sure it's blended. I think that's good. And I always put foundation on, but I absolutely hate like the shine it gives you. So what I do is I use pressed powder and loose powder. But the first thing I'm going to use is the pressed powder. And it should come with a little sponge that's in it, and that's what I use. You can use a brush if you want to, but I'm just gonna put it all over. It kind of dulls it out. That way it doesn't look shiny, like you're sweaty, because I don't like that look. And I don't know how to contour. I wish I did, but by all means, if you know how to contour or anything, just skip this step and do your thing. By all means. But the next thing I'm gonna do is grab my loose powder and a brush. You're gonna want to grab a big brush like this. Just kind of dip it in the powder a little bit. Try not to get too much. It's okay if you do. Just kind of like dab it all over your face, and it will fall on you, but it's fine. Okay, there we go. Okay, the next step I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a highlighter. You can use any highlighter you want to. I'm gonna be using this Fenty Beauty palette. I got it from my friend and I've absolutely fell in love with it. Let's see. So we're gonna grab an angled brush like this. I use an angled brush anyway. You can use any brush you want to. You can use your fingers, whatever, but I'm gonna be getting this highlighter right here, get it on the brush, and I kind of pinch it closed like this, just so I know I do get some on there. And I'm gonna put it right here, and then right here. And without dipping it, I kind of just like lightly go right here. That way it kind of has like a tiny bit of shine, but it doesn't have the highlighter shine. You can kind of still see it. Okay. So the next thing I'm gonna do is that same flat brush that I used for the black. I'm going to use it again. I'm going to get black, of course. And then right here on my bottom lid, starting from the inside, probably about halfway on both sides, I'm going to put black. So. Okay. All right. About halfway. Okay, that's halfway. Alright, so I'm gonna grab another brush. You can use any brush you want to. I'm gonna use this little angled brush right here just because it's the only other thing that I have that's like a small little brush that I can use to finish it. So, you can use whatever color you want to. I'm gonna use the dark red and I'm gonna finish my line. So from the inner corner to the medium, to the middle, my bad. Okay? Same thing. Okay, there we go. Touch it up just a little bit. Okay, that looks good to me. So I'm just gonna grab my mascara and put it on my bottom lid. Oh no! I got it on my nose. I don't have anything to, just gonna, okay. Alright, and that right there, it would, tongue tie, my bad. So this right here completes our look. By all means, if you have lip gloss, lipstick, or if you want to do some extra things, by all means, just go ahead. I don't have lipstick or lip gloss or anything like that, so I'm not going to be doing that. But that completes our tutorial. I'm sorry that it wasn't the best tutorial. I'm not really good with this type of video. I have really bad anxiety, but this is my first ever video making something like this, so just bear with me, and I promise that the videos will be better. Please like, share, follow, and thank you for watching.